Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Grand Tactician, the Civil War. In this case, in the battle playlist, where we're going to do the Battle of the Department of the West versus an unknown unit. If I knew what units were in the area, this might actually be the Missouri State Guard that we're going up against. We'll find out in a moment. We have that level of intel. Battle of Mount Vernon, Arkansas. Late 1862. After initial skirmishing maneuvers, the opposing armies are deploying for battle. University fields, approximately 14,000 men, under the command of Brigadier General McCown. The Union fields, about 5,000 more than that, under the command of Brigadier General Harney. Reinforcements will arrive by entry points, which I don't think this is a battle where we're going to have reinforcements. Or at least not significant ones. The trouble with Pope is that he's got his headquarters where his hind ought to be. Okay. Our scout reports the enemy is near Mount Vernon, Arkansas, and our army is to prepare for battle. We are facing the Missouri State Guard. Yep, so we've got the Department of the West against the Missouri State Guard once again. Under the command of John P. McCowan, under the strength of 15,000 men and 38 guns. The enemy army is green, and their morale is reported to be confident. Reports indicate our supply situation is outstanding, and theirs is as well. We're up here. We're apparently defending the objective. So this should be very effective for a defense position. They could come from the left or the right. It's going to be actually a little hard to tell on this map. I suspect they'll probably come from the left. Though I do arguably have enough troops to cover both, so... And we'll probably want the artillery on the right anyway. So let's detach the artillery. The forest on the left kind of makes the left not particularly great for the artillery, personally. The objective is here. Probably put in a little bit of forest here. Fighting cover there. Then rest of the army. Oh, actually, we actually have two brigades and one brigade of cavalry. Let's detach the cavalry as well. Put you in single line. Honestly, what I might do is I might place because I think they're going to come from the left. Place the infantry in the left, where they'll be in the forest pre-deployed. We'll probably place the cavalry on the right, in case I am wrong and they're coming from the other side. That way we can see them coming. And if I am right, then the cavalry can redeploy quickly to the left. Okay, that's going to be our deployment. It should be easy enough to rotate the cannons to the left if it is in fact the left where they're coming from. My cavalry is actually large enough that I could deploy scouts. So we can go scouting with scouts, of all things. Did the scouts not deploy? Nope. Okay, that just didn't push through the cavalry very well. It's fair. The scouts don't want to actually detach. Okay.
Sergeant, hand me the spyglass. You make sure that saber shines, boy.
Okay. We're going to give up trains on the scouts. We're going to do skirmishers like we usually do. And we got a rough idea where they're coming from. I don't know how far ahead they were able to deploy. I don't really see any clouds of dust or anything. Oh, no, I see a little bit there. So yeah, they're probably over there. They deployed surprisingly close to their start spot. Let's go ahead and rail. Oops. No. Wrong one. Wrong one. I didn't send the skirmishers forward. Which is very different. Setting the whole brigade forward and leaving the skirmishers there.
I smell.
The Missouri Brigade. 5th Brigade. Some of these guys are just green instead of completely inexperienced. Or inexperienced is what's better than green, okay. Not all of them are green, yes. These men are not accustomed to hardships, whereas the inexperienced guys are... They have seen battle, but are still learning the ropes. Can't get my scout detachments free from the cavalry units that they come from. Yep. Makes them ineffective scouts, yes. Let's go ahead and capture the west connection point. Skirmishers are pushing forward. At this point, we might be able to see, yeah, a little bit of dust, maybe indicating that they're moving there. Lots of guys moving there. So that could be like a detachment. They're sent forward. Tucker's Marsh. Cooper Mountain. Garrett Water. Lots of interesting locations here. Most of which are probably not going to be... Well, the marsh here might get involved. It depends on when they come across the marsh. Comes from Ward's Ridge. Yeah, through the fog of war, we can hear the main enemy body. Well, we can, again, on through the fog of war, hear there's someone there. Yeah, I think if I do into the campaign, I'll target the fog of war off, because it's not... bits of it where it's a little gamey. Well, Fort Elements have spotted some of the enemy. 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? Sent 6 out. Oh, there's number 6. Really out of place. Not even engaged yet, and already almost already broken. High fatigue, cut off from commander. Enemies in cover. Basic rally value is offsetting a little bit. I think they're high fatigue because they decided to go through the marsh. Of course, that's the old Missouri State Guard Cavalry unit, which is regiment size. It's basically the same size as the 4th detachment here, shooting it up. Already broken enemy unit. Just the prelude of skirmishers. Here's the main body of the enemy army. Because their lead elements got a little out of position of being punished for it.
I'll smell the damn rebels before seeing them.
Now this is a full brigade, so I suspect we won't be able to drive this one off before the rest arrive. To be fair, Knight's probably going to fall, and then that's going to stop us from continuing the poke with the skirmishers here. Definitely working towards a minor victory here before first day ends. Field objectives have higher morale and are dealing more losses. All good things for the first day. Okay, where did our skirmishers actually end up being? I'd like to, send them home in a vaguely productive manner. A couple of them appeared in very reasonable spots. Oh, that's a reasonable spot for B. And did you already get back? No, so you're the only one missing. Go somewhere sensible. Honestly, could be worse. Got one in a nonsensible spot. Hopefully, when we hit play, it won't immediately get engaged. Let me just call everyone back. And then send them out again. Yep, there they are. Okay, could be worse. I can work with that. Okay, let's order our guys to at least move as far forward as the river. Don't know where the enemy is going to be or where we can ambush on them, but the river is not the worst place to jump them. Well, I say river, the creek. The creek is not the worst place to jump them. River would be even better. Sure, river would be better. Someone's surprised we're not getting... So it's not quite working on minor defeat here. There we go. So we've inflicted more losses. They technically have a little bit higher morale than us right now. Okay, let's limber up the guns and kind of point it towards the fen marsh. The marsh. If they make the mistake of coming across the marsh, we want to be ready for them. But I don't think they're going to come across... Well, if they're smart, they're not going to come across the marsh. I do hear the enemy army around here. Which, that's kind of the direction for going... Well, that's the direction to avoid the marsh and go through the marsh, so... We shall see. Okay, gun is limbered. Let's push it over there. Sounds like they're crossing there. So right now the hope is I can do something with the cavalry on their rear once they get engaged. Okay, can see them coming up the road. So they're probably not going to make a move through the marsh. Because, you know, that wouldn't be the smartest position to go through. But, you know, assuming the enemy is going to do the smart thing, it's not always the smartest plan, but it frequently works. walk back to lumber mode. I'm going to park it on the edge of this forest, pointing this way. Because, yeah, I don't think they're going to come straight through the fence. They might not follow the road all the way around, because we are deployed on the edge of the fence. Oh, there's the cavalry unit we shot up earlier. It does appear to have rallied overnight. Yeah, by deploying on the fence, I may have baited them into coming through the corner of the fence. They're not going to go or the middle of the corner of the marsh. I may have baited them to do a little bit of marsh walking. Will fatigue them a lot. Okay. I'm going to move some skirmishers off of the left to the right. Necessarily the greatest defensive position for us. I think it will at least be serviceable. And again, a lot of their units, as you can see, are fatigued from going through the little bit of the marsh they have. Charge! Oops. One of our cav routed. Okay. That's the drawback with melee. It's very chaotic, and sometimes the lower skilled troops don't really like it. The flip side is we have basically broken all the enemy's camp. Enemy is retreating. Interesting. It is only a minor victory, so that was the one drawback with chasing the enemy's artillery from the field in such a spectacular fashion is the rest of their troops are like, I don't want to be here caught between the enemy cavalry and the enemy main army. Yeah, still a minor victory, and I think it's going to stay that way. Didn't actually kill enough of them, apparently, to get up to a major.
For the Union, boys! How much longer, Sarge?
Yep, there's time up. It's just a minor victory. Still a victory nonetheless. And a pretty well-exchanged one. We did do four times as many casualties as we took against the Missouri State Guards. The Department of the West once more gets to engage its mortal enemy here, Missouri State Guard. So, if you're watching on YouTube, if recording has gone according to plan, there should be a part up for you tomorrow. Whether it be a campaign part or a battle part. Hopefully there won't be another battle that I'm recording tonight, as I've been streaming for 7 hours. But with recording sessions going as planned, the next recording session should be within 4 days, which should mean there'll be a part up for you right tomorrow. So yeah. Hope that finds you well if you've been enjoying watching this and you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I am going to go ahead and mute the mic again for future editor me to have a good place to put the cut in. But this is where the battle video is going to end. So until the next battle video, and/or the next video, regardless of what part you're watching, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.